Our first competitor is Sabine Bird. Sabine is a PhD student in the School of Psychiatry and Clinical Neurosciences. Though she really enjoys keeping up to date with all areas of science, she is particularly keen on the field of neuroscience. Sabine's principal supervisor is Professor Ralph Martins, and her thesis title is Investigating the Role of Irisin in the Early Detection of Alzheimer's Disease. Does irisin mediate the beneficial effects of physical activity on the brain? Sabine's 3-minute thesis talk title for you today is Physical Activity and the Aging Brain, the role of a novel hormone named irisin in protecting the brain from damage. So please welcome Sabine.
Okay, so I'm talking about a novel hormone called irisin that I've been working on in relationship to physical activity and brain health. So we all know that physical activity is good for us. We all know the great feeling that we have after a bout of exercise at the gym or just after a nice long walk. But what is much more impressive is that there's a body of literature describing how physical activity is actually able to decrease the risk of certain diseases such as heart disease, obesity, or diabetes, and many others. Most interestingly for me is, though, that physical activity has shown to have a remarkable effect on brain health. And there are many studies of physical activity showing that people perform better in tasks of memory and thinking. And some studies even have shown that brain mass gets denser after regular exercise. Now, dense brain mass is due to more brain cells and more connections between them, and that also automatically means better functioning of the brain. So if exercise has such a profound effect on brain health, then it might also hold the key in preventing the loss of brain cells as we grow older. And also maybe it can help us prevent diseases affecting the brain, such as Alzheimer's disease or other types of dementia. But the fact today is that we actually don't fully understand the molecular mechanisms that are happening in our brain when we do exercise and how we can trigger those protective responses. So about 3 years ago, a university group at Harvard, they discovered this new hormone called irisin. And irisin immediately sparked an awful lot of new research in many different scientific areas. And most interestingly is that they found that the circulating irisin levels in your body elevate after exercise. And not only that, another study has shown how this irisin peptide was able to increase the growth and also the proliferation of cells in the hippocampus. The hippocampus is an area of the brain that helps us with our short-term memory, and is also the area that is first affected by in the development of Alzheimer's disease. So, well, there we are with all these questions now after all these results. So my PhD is focusing on irisin because there's this association with physical activity and with the brain. So my project has 2 components. The first major component is a clinical component. I work with people in Alzheimer's research with healthy controls, and I collect data of their thinking and memory ability, their bloods, and also their physical activity information. And then I correlate this with the levels of irisin that I've been measuring in their bloods. And hopefully we can identify the, irisin as a marker for the ability to think and to memorize things. In the laboratory, I'm also exposing our cells to irisin to see if we can find a way of protecting these cells with the help of irisin. So it's a very exciting project, and it will definitely make us move a step forward in understanding the disease a lot better. Thank you.